HGC here, and we're back for First Impression. Daredevil, Season 2, Episode 1. It's back. The Netflix craze is finally here. People are gonna binge watch this like crazy. And I just got the first episode. I mean, we got new showrunners this time around, so it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna change up the vibe or how they're gonna tackle things. Just different. So expect differences, people, because the showrunner is different. And also, we got new crazy cast members. I mean, last time around, we had Kingpin. But now we got the Punisher and Elektra. And it's going to be interesting for sure. So, as a first episode, remind ourselves what's happening in this world of Daredevil. He's just fighting crime, balancing act again. And I really loved it here. In the first episode, it really cements the fact that he's really putting Daredeviling high up there to save people's lives, because he got some tip off from the situation they're in. While he's a lawyer, he saves them, sort of thing. And really, the lawyer business is really going up the walls. They're broke and everything. And it really makes me wonder, how does he have enough time to help people fight cases and be Daredevil? Like, I don't really think I ever thought about that in terms of when I was reading the comics. I just took it as face value. He was jump back and forth, and I'm like, totally fine with it. But now physically wise, seeing it, it's like, man, this guy's gonna be super tired all the time. He's not a superhero per se, in the sense where you have Captain America's superhuman strength, so he doesn't get tired as easily as a normal human, but rather, he's just really fit, and then his senses are enhanced, but I don't think his muscles are superhuman to that sense. And so yeah, that was the interesting thing. So I do really hope for this season is that they'll do more of the juggling to see more him, maybe show him in a court. Was he in a court? I don't remember that being in the first season. But that was my whole biggest gripe about season 1, was that there was a lot of daredeviling in the latter half, and there was not a lot of lawyer daredeviling, which I feel that you need to have both to uphold this persona of Matt Murdock and the Daredevil. And Daredevil, why the hell did I say duh? But anyway, you get what I'm saying. So I hope in this season they do that. Now we have more foggy investigation, so that was kind of cool to see him pulling his weight, sort of thing. I mean, that was interesting, because I was like, whoa, it's going to be interesting for sure to see him just pull his weight. I mean, like I said, the lawyering wasn't that intense in the first season, so I hope that it shows more sides of Foggy. And also Karen Page, just her character, she was great here. She was really sort of taking charge, and I really wonder what's gonna happen between her and Matt. Something's gonna happen, but I mean, Elektra's here, so that ain't gonna happen. So I mean, like, this episode by itself, she had that great scene in the hospital taking charge and just like, don't mess, I got this handle, sort of thing. And talking about the hospital, we got the Punisher. I don't know, he looks the part, but seriously, my biggest gripe for this entire episode was the fight sequences. It was really weak in terms of sound editing. Punches didn't feel like punches. There was a lot of like quick jabs that had no oomph behind it. And again, it goes back to the first season where just concussions don't exist. I mean, literally, like, the Punisher lifted up his leg and kicked him right in the head. Totally fine, get back up, sort of thing. And I sort of feel like I have to accept the concussion part about Daredevil. But this time around, the sound editing was really, it was a lot of quick fight scenes that didn't, like, no matter what, it just didn't feel like it was hitting. And it's just like, I know you're trying to hit him, but you're not hitting him. And it's just, the oomph behind it, it's not there. And I was just, it's like, fight sequences, come on. Like, it's cool that he knows how to fight, but sometimes even the movement itself, there's that one scene where he's with that shotgun dealer. It was cool how he came in, jumped on the trunk, smashed his fingers, flip kick one guy, and then he does this weird turn thing. I know I'm being critical, but it's weird turn thing before he punches the other guy or kicks him with his other leg or whatever. And it was just like, come on. I mean, realistically, it shows that he's not a professional fighter, especially the sequence on the roof with Punisher, because there were some fight moves that just felt off. I don't know if that's what the vibe they're trying to give, that he's not a professional fighter, but just have the editing be better. I really hope it gets better, because it really pulls me out of the immersion when the fights don't have that punch and I'm watching behind the sequences, and I know that all the stuff is cool. I think the actual movement of all is great, but the actual hitting sounds, the umph behind every punch isn't there, so that was a bummer. But all in all, I mean, I'm glad that it's back. No, don't hate me for hating fight sequences. I mean, really, I enjoyed that it's back. I really love the three of them together. Punisher's a great addition, and I just hope it gets better. Anyway, enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to finish Season 2, guys. Season 2, and then Luke Cage is coming out in September, and Iron Fist, oh my goodness, amazing. Great stuff. Go Netflix team and everybody else involved. Anyway, that is pretty much for my first impression on Daredevil Season 2, Episode 1. If you haven't seen it, leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that is all for this first impression of Daredevil Season 2, Episode 1. Out!